Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're coming back, if you're new, welcome. My name is Karen and I will be talking today about the cons of having your hair dreads, dreadlocks, locks, whatever you'd like to call them. I always wanted them, but I always thought that I couldn't get them. And then I did some research and my husband was all for it because he loves them as well. So I decided to go for it. And there's some things that shocked me about it and some things that didn't. One thing that didn't shock me, I knew going into it, was how heavy they were going to be. And I did have extensions put on because I needed to have them longer because my hair was only around chin length, and I needed to have them longer so I can put them up for work. So, and I've had my hair down to my waist for a long time, years ago. So I knew how heavy they would be, but because the hair is locked and it's probably longer than it would be and there's a lot of hair there, it's a lot heavier than I was expecting. Forget about taking a shower. When you take a shower and it soaks up the water and it gets so heavy. When I take a shower, I actually lean over and let the hair go down my back and let my back support my hair because otherwise it just pulls so much. And after I take a shower, I just take my hair and I wring it. And that helps get a lot of the water out, and it will keep in your hair for a long time. I mean, there are times where I'll take a shower and before bed, my hair is still wet, even though it was like 12 hours prior. My husband was sweet enough and got me a hair dryer not really a hair dryer. It's a dryer that has a hose and it has a bonnet, and I'll just put that on and look up my phone or something like that, and it can take, depends on how damp it is, anywhere from like a half an hour to an hour to dry it, but I'll just do something else and it's not a big problem at all. I do wash my hair, and I wash it about once a week, and I do the deep cleanse, which is water with baking, like a big thing of water with baking soda, like a cup of baking soda. You let that sit, you let your hair sit in it for about 15 minutes or something like that, and then you rinse it out, and then you take water with some apple cider vinegar and you put that in your hair for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then you wash that out, and that's good to go. I've been doing that since before I actually got my dreadlocks, and I have to say my hair's never smelled except for maybe a shampoo when I wash it. And I did cut them recently. They were much longer. They were down past my waist, and now they're halfway down my back, and I can say that there's no mold or whiteness or anything like that. So my hair did not grow mold. They don't smell. They're not dirty. So some of those things didn't happen with me. I do have to say, on the other hand, they do act like Velcro sometimes. Sometimes I could be like, oh, there's a little fuzzball. So they do attract things like that. And sometimes it can get trapped in your hair. But you know what? If it's trapped in your hair and you're washing your hair, it's clean too. Not a big deal. Another thing that I wasn't quite prepared for is how they sort of irritate my skin. I don't know if it's because I have sensitive skin or if it's just the way they are, but against, like sometimes if I have a t-shirt on or something like that, if it's a thinner shirt, I can actually feel the prickling through my shirt, and it can be a little irritating. My youngest daughter is a cuddler, and she'll be next to me on the couch, and she'll be like, "Mommy, can you move your hair, please?" So I'll have to move it all over to one side because she does not like them. She doesn't like the way they feel, and she just would rather have them as far away from her as possible. One of the downsides that I've heard people say is that some people will give you a hard time for having them or think badly of you because you have them. I haven't experienced that to my face. I don't know what people say behind my back and just don't really care. If I cared, I probably would have gotten them. I've gotten nothing but compliments. Some not so happy looks, but nobody said anything, so I can deal with that. Negative, really long dreads is like I already mentioned earlier that I had mine longer. They were past my waist, and some of them were long enough to go into the toilet. And at that point I was like, I can't have this. I can't live with my hair going in the toilet, so I cut them shorter. So yeah, those are the only cons I can really think of. The way I wear my hair, usually wear it half up. I take the sides here and I loop it over and I actually tie it into a knot. So like you would tie a shoe, and then the pieces that stick up, I tuck underneath. and I angle it and stuff like that, and I love wearing my hair like that. Wear it like that almost every single day. The only reason I'm mentioning that as a con is because it's a big bulk on the back of my neck, and when I'm driving my car, I can't put my head all the way back. It sort of like does this a little bit, but that's easy to do. All I do is take it down and put it in a ponytail and just go on about my merry way. Not much of a con, but that's one of the things I've noticed. And the fact that they're very, very heavy. Unfortunately, the heaviness is the reason why I have to get rid of them. That's why I wanted to do this video now, is because I still have them. It would be weird for me talking about the pros and cons of having dreadlocks when I didn't have them. Another con about having locked hair is all of the loose hair. Loose hair is going to happen. You lose 100 hairs a day and they grow back. Well, for those who have seen my videos before, I had cancer and I went through chemotherapy and I lost a lot of hair. That was one of the good things about having my locked hair, is that people couldn't notice with the back of my head and sides that I was losing hair. But my bangs are so thick that you could see my skin through them, and I lost a lot of hair. But because of my dreadlocks, you couldn't really tell as much. However, the bad part is after chemo, my hair started growing back, and I had a lot of it that had fallen out and a lot of it that was growing back. So I do have a lot of loose hair, and it's all the way back here, and it's all the way around, it's all through. That you can just have somebody come in and just tighten it up and get the loose hair and bring it back into your dreads, because eventually it usually will get sucked into a dread. And you have to be careful, because sometimes it gets sucked into the wrong dread. You can get them like start combining, and don't want that, so you have to separate them to keep that from happening. But that's something that can happen. Do you have dreads or know somebody who has them? What are some of the cons that maybe that they have? Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a good week. And until next time, take care and stay healthy. Thanks. Bye.